Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today I'm going to be doing a psychic reading on Robert Fuller. He is the guy that was found hanging in Palmdale, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he was in his 20s. So we are in a very unprecedented time right now where there's just so much going on in the world, especially with Black Lives Matter and the racial tension between, black people and white people. There's just already a division that's been created by the government. When this story broke, a lot of people wanted me to do the reading right away, but I decided to take a mental health day yesterday for myself, a spiritual maintenance type of day, and so I went out of town and I didn't really want to focus on the reading because if your energy is not right, you're not going to get an accurate, you know, insight from spirit. Now, again, this is I have to state, it is for entertainment purposes only, but allegedly, I still have a true connection to spirit, but I have to state that in the very beginning. And again, I know that a lot of people are not going to be happy with me doing this reading so early. People always will have an opinion, but my rays of light wanted the reading, and that's what I'm here for. And I'm not going to state everything here. If you want to know more insight about this case, you can go to my Patreon and sign up for the platinum tier. If you'd like, it's www.patreon.com/psychic medium ray. So I'm very limited to what I can say here because, again, it is censored here on YouTube. So that being said and done, let me go ahead and get into the actual reading. So when I get into the reading itself, into Robert's soul, he does come across as someone who is very fun, outgoing, likes to make people laugh. That's what I get from him. He was someone that just, brighten up the day. I feel like he would talk really fast sometimes. And then, he was just like, I feel like he was very nocturnal, though. I don't know if he would stay up late at night, but I get somebody that doesn't sleep all the time or sleeps very little, and would sleep mostly during the day. So like getting out during the daytime sometimes would have been a little difficult. Not necessarily all the time, but he would have had some days, where he would like to sleep in later, etc. I feel like, he wanted, I don't know what this push is towards music, towards DJing, writing music. I don't know if he wanted to become like, because I don't know anything about him other than, that he was, supposedly he committed suicide. That's the story, that he committed suicide. But when I actually connect to his soul, I feel like he had a lot of goals, and he doesn't come across as someone that's suicidal. So the first thing that I got here immediately when I was told the story, a lot of people feel like it was maybe someone that is that lynched him, someone from the KKK, and that's what I thought too. But when I say I initially thought, that's the kind of first impression that I got. But again, I wasn't really tuning in. As I began to tune into his energy, into the soul, into the situation at hand, what I see here, that there was already some problems he would have been having with some people, whether this is disclosed to the family, whether they know it or not. I feel like this would have been centered around people who may not have liked him, maybe like people that were in competition with him in some manner. This could have been more in his, again, whatever he did professionally. I just keep seeing that there would have been some tension around that. Now, the devil energy did come up around this, and I am using the tarot cards because I wanted to have something tangible to see, and I would show you guys, but I'm going to actually be showing y'all on Patreon. So if you want to see like the cards that I pulled up, that's what I said, you can go ahead and go to Patreon. I'm going to actually do like a type out more of the insights that I see regarding the murder, because I feel like he was murdered. That is very true. A lot of people have, even Kim Kardashian has come to the forefront about this, and she wants it fully investigated. Now, allegedly, the coroner, the autopsy, whatever, they showed that it all points to supposedly suicide, but that is malarkey. This was not suicide, okay? This was not suicide. I even used a pendulum to ask spirit. It was murder. But it was not a white person that did this. It was not a white person. It was a black person that did this. And the reason they did this is because they knew it would be the perfect alibi to get back at Robert, and no one would suspect them because of the Black Lives Matter movement. And because they would think that, oh, well, perhaps maybe a white person did this. And initially what I felt like this was, when I heard everything in other people's consensus was that this was potentially the KKK. This was like white people that had done this, but Spirit is adamant that this was not a white person that did this, that this was black people. This would have been someone that he would have had beef with, someone that was not happy with him. And like I said, I feel like he had attracted a lot of negative energy from people that he would have crossed around, places that he went. I don't know if he went to nightclubs or things like that, but I feel like there was somebody else that has very short hair that would be in his 20s as well, that would have had some kind of words with him, and there would have been some kind of a because Robert is the type of person that he was very outspoken too, so he would have like snapped back, he would have clapped back, and I see betrayal here. I see with the cards that I got here, one of the cards that I actually got was Ten of Swords. So when the Ten of Swords comes up, that's a very and the Devil card comes up, it shows me that there is definitely something here that was very underhanded and sneaky, the way that it was done, the way that it was staged to be looking like suicide. I don't feel like even if he would have suffered from mental issues, we all suffered through depression at one point or another, or anxiety attacks, things like that. I just don't see that. And I get that this other person is very creative, so they also do something in the entertainment industry, possibly not necessarily in entertainment, but somewhere in the artistic, the fine arts, like a painting, like drawing, maybe tattooing. They do something along those lines, okay? And then we got the Five of Swords. So that energy with the Five of Swords is like all shit has broken loose. Like everything has broken loose. A lot of people are mourning this. There's a great loss for the community, for his family, and I really my heart goes out to them. I know that they are suffering through this. And again, Three of Swords comes up. So when Three of Swords comes up in this, there's something about love as well that was not good. There was something about a relationship. So I don't know if he was hollering at somebody else that was already taken, and there was something like that going on. But that's kind of the energy here, that there would have been like a third party relationship. When we say third party relationship, we're referencing Robert, and then a woman, and possibly that woman's partner, And I the card that I got, again, you can see all the cards on my Patreon Platinum tier if you want to know more of what I pulled for this reading itself. I pulled a minimum, because I don't need to pull too many cards. I don't rely on the cards solely for my my reading on Robert. This particular reading, I use my psychic gift. So I pulled, let me see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 cards. And how I'm reading them and looking at it, it all indicates that this was there was something here, someone that was pissed off at him, and this is all about like a love relationship, but also there's something here about money as well. I feel like he was very ambitious going towards money, and I feel like as I go through the reading, I'm getting in more in tune with the situation. Spirit is saying that he was all about working hard. He wanted to have, like become very famous or well known, have financial stability so he could take care of his family and not have to worry about that. And so again, sometimes money in situations like that can lead you to the wrong people that are into drugs and things like that. Okay, not saying Robert was into all of that, but it can align you with people that are not healthy, and you have to trust your intuition. Even though he was very young, very carefree, I feel like he still was not in tune with his soul. He was not in tune with his intuition on a very deep level. And so he wouldn't have seen the red flags. He wouldn't have known that this was coming. This was an unexpected murder for him, and I feel like right now his soul is in transition. He's processing all of this. Is very hard, and I pick up that there is a grandfather or a great grandfather, a very strong male energy on the other side that is with him right now here in the physical world. So that other soul has come forward and is in the earthbound realm helping Robert process all of this, so he's not alone, but he eventually will transition. They keep showing me Snoopy. I don't know if this is like he was a fan, but I think this is like would be before his time, because Robert's in his 20s and Snoopy, the character Snoopy is from like the 1970s or 60s. I don't know even from what era it's from, unless this is a reference to Snoop Dogg and he was a fan of Snoop Dogg's music. I don't know, but again, they're showing me the Snoopy character, and they're showing me also that he would have. I don't know about what they're trying to say, but they show me cartoons, so I don't know if he liked cartoons or he would put them on for somebody that was like a child. But I keep getting a reference to the cartoons and him having a connection to that, and also feeling like, again, very just listening to playlists of music, different rappers, different music that he would have enjoyed, but it would have been rap, hip hop, urban, that kind of a genre of music. And it was like, I don't know if he was a sharp dresser all the time, but I feel like he was very particular about the shoes that he would wear, getting his hair done properly. He was all about the aesthetic, and there was a lot of other women that would have been interested in him as well. And so from this, from all of this, for his family, the main message here is to be strong. That's what Spirit is saying, for them to be strong, because there is going to be justice. There is going to be a breaking news about more development about this case. I do feel like the police may try to spin it, that narrative that this was a suicide. But again, some suicides can be staged to look like suicide. I don't pick up that this was suicide. And I get here that there is somebody that's very powerful, that is like a spiritual guru, someone that is very predominant, that the family is going to either reach out to and do a psychic reading with, or a mediumship reading to get closure. They want some closure. They want some inner peace. They want closure. They need it. So that is coming. They're going to reach out to, and that's what Spirit says. They're going to reach out to someone that is a spiritual psychic medium, but I think they're like a celebrity psychic medium. And so I feel like they will reach out to them eventually to do a reading on his soul, once enough time has passed here. So let me pull some additional cards here to see what other messages that I do get. And guys, whenever I do my readings here, a lot of times there's been a lot of validation later on. So anything, that the family would listen to this video, or anyone else, I want them to kind of hold on to things, because I really do feel, and I know that a lot of people they may come for me in the comments, and that's okay. I understand if you're frustrated, but I have no reason to sit here and do a reading on this man and say that it was white people, when I would be lying to myself and to Spirit, because I even asked my pendulum, I asked my spirit guides, and before that, all of that, I got that this definitely was not the KKK. It was definitely not racially motivated. It was somebody else that used this opportunity for it to be looking like it was racially motivated. Through all of this, the oracle cards that I got was that there was going to be a balance brought to the world from his passing, that he's ready to receive God's light, and there is a message here of love. He is going to be going into the kingdom of heaven. The card that I got, and again, you'll get to see these cards that I pulled specifically on my Patreon Platinum tier if you join today. But I do get that he is going to be going into the kingdom of heaven. He was genuinely a good soul. He was not a bad soul. He wasn't a dark soul. Robert had a lot of other issues, that we all go through: ego, ambition, wanting to succeed, but ultimately he was a very good guy. And then for the family, the best thing here is meditation right now, to kind of help them get through all of this. And I feel again like there will be more development around this case. We're going to hear more things, and I will be giving more tea on my Patreon because I can't do it here. But again, I want you to know that I really, really send out my condolences out to Robert Fuller's family. Big angel hugs to them and to everyone that is hurting regarding this young man's passing. It is very tragic. And again, just keep in mind that with every passing that we are experiencing, that we're seeing, whether this is coronavirus, whether this was, people that were murdered in some way, that there is healing in the world. And it is a very dark place right now. A lot of people are taking advantage of that because they know that people are very focused on one situation, not the other. So, many blessings to everyone. Love and light. And again, if you want to see more and know more, you can go to my Patreon. Until next time, this is Psychic Medium Ray. Bye.